Good evening, traders, and welcome to another post-market recap for January the 10th. So today we had another awesome day, and we've noticed that the market continues to ramp up and move higher in a moving forward direction. So one thing about this as well, when it comes to these moments, it's important to not be biased. I mentioned in my last market recap that the market looked like it had another 20 points in it. Every time we see the market above our estimated weekly high, we continuously see strength in the market here. So I'm actually planning to change the name. Instead of weekly high here, we're gonna call it our STX pivotal point, so that way people understand what the whole meaning behind it is. These levels do sometimes break, but they are hard inflection points, and what this pretty much means is that above 47.60 or below 46.40, it changes every week. That's when the premiums are expensive. So for example, above 47.60, that's when the premiums are going to be expensive for the upside. Doesn't necessarily mean that the market is going to stop there, but it pretty much means that the market is approaching that expensive zone, and it pretty much signals that the market is anticipating either positive or negative news, depending on the overall situation. So based on my model today, I assessed that the market liked the CPI report, but the key events that pretty much happened today, and we did pretty much share it on Twitter as well. So earlier on, before the details came up, we spoke about it on our Twitter that the market was pretty much bullish here. So if you guys are looking at our Twitter feed here, you can pretty much see that we called out SPX being bullish after the bond auction, and that's where we gave the 47.80 call, which we had initially at 2, and they went up as far as 10 there, okay, 10 to 14 bucks as well. So interesting to see that detail. We called out a lot of awesome trades on in the free Discord as well. So if you guys are not in the free Discord, you're definitely missing out. We had live voice as well. So in the free Discord, we called out these SPY calls, which went beyond $1, and that was more than 200% play. We also called out ISRG, which was a nice winner for today, as you can see over here. Okay, so we got wins off Nvidia right off the bat, and wins off ISRG. So a lot of moving parts in this market here, and pretty much we can see here right off the bat that we kind of mentioned was that the weakness for today was pretty much in the semiconductor space. That was pretty much selling off. So we sold our Nvidia calls at open, Meta looks strong, Microsoft is going, and stocks in the healthcare sector. So if you are in my mailing list, you got that update on ISRG. We did like that, and that stock definitely started to run near the end of the day. So all my call outs are here, and we gave all these details as well. Near the end of the day, I gave a very interesting play that I managed to actually call out in right over here, where I basically gave an order to buy SPX 48.820 calls, right? So that was literally an hour before the market, so this was literally an hour. So I noticed that this opportunity was there because this is when SPX was actually at its high. So we were looking into swinging calls for CPI report, but if you can see here, based on my model, you can pretty much imagine how good my inflection points are. So first things first, you see here that every time we hit hit my inflection point, there always seems to be pretty much a big drop right off these level 1 resistance zones here as well. It was weak over here too, but eventually when it started to pick up, we've seen that it stopped around my level 2 inflection point over here. So at that moment, I still wanted the upside, but I put the order in for 2.5, the 48.20s into tomorrow, and they went for as high as $7. So we don't want to pay $7. We pretty much, the way that we did it is we looked on the premiums here, and we look for the inflection point on the premium. So if you guys look at the premiums here and look at the premium chart, you can pretty much see where the inflection points are going to be, or where the midpoint's going to be, by looking at the option premium chart. And we use that tool to pretty much giving us an idea of where to enter. But you can't really rely on the option premium chart without knowing where the inflection points are. So you really need to know this information, which I provide to my room. So in my room here, if you look at my pre-market notes, all these levels are time-stamped, and they're very accurate. So at 8:30 we gave 47.70, 47.88, and those are the key levels. Once you break above 47.88, the trend is confirmed. Unfortunately, when the trend is confirmed, it does not necessarily mean that it's gonna continue moving up. What trend means is that there will be a pullback at this level, but it will always try to go back higher, or try to rebound back up. So anytime you try to play a put off my level 2 bullish, you want to make sure you treat it as a quick play and you don't hold it for too long, because it will definitely come back to bite you if you hold it too long. So sometimes my members do play a put at this inflection point, because it is a major resistance zone that we have when it comes to trading in the market. Okay, so other stocks that I do like is, I do definitely like ISRG. We made some nice return off this in my morning notes. I mentioned that ISRG can move today because ISRG got they pre-announced their earnings, and that's what made the stock go up 8% pre-market. It was up until this point over here where we decided to sell it. So I already pretty much marked my sell point here, and I sold out of there, got out of 6, ended up closing it around 9, I believe. So that was a nice play. We got around 100% on that specific play. So other stocks I'm actually bearish on right now is Tesla. We've seen major weakness on here. So if we look at our Tesla chart here, under 232, which is a key level that has been holding, it's another inflection point that has been holding. If this level breaks, you can see a catastrophic drop to 220 here moving forward. Okay, Nvidia is above our estimated high pivot point, and the stock is soaring based off that. We also made good returns off that, and a little bit of weakness on SMCI because it's near the highs here as well. Okay, so Meta is close to our estimated weekly high, broke all of this as well. Watch for 375. This stock can definitely hit that. We like LRCX as well, so we're watching to see if this can go back above 754. If you're looking at all my maps here, so these inflection points are proving to be very accurate levels, and it pretty much tells you the story about a lot of these stocks here. So when I look at these heat maps, I have a good understanding to know exactly what is the right strike, what is a good time to get in, and should I be paying this much, etc. Right? Because if I'm looking at the 770 calls, for example, on LRCX, I want to make sure that I don't pay too high. I want to avoid paying the high that they price, and pretty much reach for the lows, because it's definitely up there, and it's got all these inflection points in the way. As you get closer to the end of the week, you would definitely want to choose the strike that is the most closest to the existing price of the stock here. And Boeing here is still, we acknowledge that 230 was a strong support, pretty much bounced off this 221 for now, but another massive support is 218. I've noticed that they kept the 225 puts pretty elevated in its value. So let's see if we see some more weakness on BA moving forward, because with airliners struggling to get the FAA approval, that's definitely not so good with that, if more planes have to be grounded because of airline issues. So now I want to close off by talking about a little bit about my prediction moving forward. So I did see the premiums get elevated into close, and I pretty much believe that it's possible that we see SPX opening around 48.20. It is expected that that CPI report shows higher inflation and month over month and year over year. But I believe we could pretty much open it around here, and that would be a nice exit point on here, okay? Because that is going to be retesting the overall high on SPX. So watch out for that 48.20 is going to be an insane level to break here. And if it does break, we can see a new test to SPX where it goes to 48.50, possibly 4900. The CPI is going to be major, okay? It's definitely going to be the key thing that will take the market to new elevated levels and in a unknown territory as well, okay? So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy the call. Thanks for tuning in once again, and I look forward to providing more educational content. Stay tuned for our further content that we have down the line. And once again, as always, let's get that money.